Breaking news from Moscow: Ukraine has launched a deadly drone strike on the iconic TV tower, shaking the city and raising tensions to a new level. Stay with us as we uncover the details of this unprecedented assault, the fallout, and what it means for the ongoing conflict. You won't want to miss this. Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a shocking development in the Russia-Ukraine conflict: a deadly drone strike over Moscow targeting the iconic TV tower. This attack has sent shockwaves across the city, raising serious questions about security and the evolving nature of modern warfare. Ukraine has reportedly deployed high-tech drones capable of precise strikes over long distances, demonstrating a bold escalation in their operations. Eyewitnesses describe explosions near the tower, smoke rising over central Moscow, and emergency crews rushing to contain the situation. While initial reports are still being confirmed, images circulating on social media show structural damage and chaos around the site. Experts suggest that this attack is not just a physical blow but a psychological one, signaling that Ukraine can strike deep into Russia's heartland. Military analysts note that targeting iconic landmarks like the TV tower can disrupt communications, instill fear, and send a clear message about Ukraine's capabilities. In this video, we'll break down the attack, explore the implications for Moscow and Russia's defense, and analyze what this means for the wider war. From the type of drones used to potential political ramifications, we'll cover everything you need to know. Stay tuned as we go section by section into the details of this unprecedented strike. The TV tower in Moscow is one of the city's most recognizable landmarks, serving as a hub for television and radio communications. Standing at hundreds of meters, it is both an architectural icon and a strategic asset for broadcasting. Over the years, it has witnessed countless events, but rarely has it been in the crosshairs of a direct military assault. Historically, the tower has survived natural disasters, technical failures, and minor accidents, but this drone strike represents a significant escalation. Analysts point out that targeting such a structure could temporarily disrupt communications, affecting both civilian broadcasts and emergency response coordination. Security around the tower has always been tight, with multiple layers of protection, CCTV surveillance, and restricted zones. Despite these precautions, Ukraine's drones appear to have penetrated the defenses, demonstrating the increasing sophistication of drone warfare in the region. This attack also carries symbolic weight. Striking an iconic landmark in Russia's capital challenges perceptions of safety and demonstrates that no location is entirely beyond reach. Psychologically, it has sent ripples of fear and uncertainty through Moscow's population, as many had assumed the city to be relatively secure from direct attacks. In the next section, we'll break down the drones used in the strike and explore how Ukraine managed to carry out such a bold operation. Ukraine has increasingly relied on unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, commonly known as drones, to conduct precise and high-impact strikes against strategic targets. These drones range from small, tactical units to larger long-range models capable of reaching deep into enemy territory. In the Moscow TV tower attack, preliminary reports suggest Ukraine used high-end drones equipped with explosive payloads, guided by real-time intelligence. These drones can avoid traditional radar detection due to their small size, speed, and advanced maneuverability. Analysts emphasize that this method minimizes risk to Ukrainian personnel while maximizing damage. The use of drones represents a shift in modern warfare, where asymmetric tactics can significantly challenge conventional military power. Ukraine's recent success demonstrates that even heavily fortified cities can be vulnerable to carefully planned drone operations. Experts also highlight that drones allow for precision strikes without collateral damage if executed correctly. However, hitting a symbolic landmark like the TV tower also carries political implications. Russia may view this as a major provocation, potentially triggering retaliatory actions. In addition, the psychological impact of drone strikes cannot be overstated. The residents of Moscow, who have rarely experienced direct attacks, are now confronting the reality that the conflict has reached their doorstep. Next, we'll examine eyewitness accounts and social media reports from Moscow to understand the immediate aftermath of the attack. Residents of Moscow captured harrowing images and videos showing the TV tower engulfed in smoke and sparks following the drone strike. Eyewitnesses describe hearing a series of loud explosions, followed by emergency sirens blaring across the city. Social media platforms are flooded with first-hand accounts, showing people fleeing streets near the tower and sharing real-time updates. Initial reports suggest structural damage to the upper sections of the tower, though full details are still being assessed by authorities. Emergency response teams rushed to contain fires and secure the area, working tirelessly to prevent further damage. Hospitals in the vicinity reportedly treated individuals for minor injuries caused by falling debris and panic-induced incidents. The strike has sparked immediate discussions on social media about Moscow's vulnerability and the increasing threat of drone warfare. Some residents express fear, while others admire the daring execution of the operation, highlighting the polarized views surrounding this event. Experts emphasize that these eyewitness accounts are crucial for understanding both the physical and psychological impact of the strike. The combination of real-time reporting and imagery has brought the event to the forefront of global attention, illustrating how modern technology can amplify the effects of warfare far beyond the battlefield. In the next section, we'll look at Russia's military response and what countermeasures are being implemented following the attack. In response to the drone strike on Moscow's TV tower, Russian military authorities have reportedly deployed additional air defense systems across the capital. Anti-drone measures, including radar tracking and interception drones, are being activated to prevent further incursions. Officials have stressed that Russia takes the attack seriously and will investigate how the drones penetrated the city's airspace. Military analysts suggest that this could prompt a reevaluation of security protocols for major urban centers, especially those housing strategic infrastructure. State media has highlighted the strike as a provocation by Ukraine, emphasizing the need to protect civilians and maintain stability in Moscow. Military experts point out that such an attack may trigger retaliatory operations, potentially escalating the conflict further. The strike also raises questions about the effectiveness of traditional air defense in dealing with small, highly maneuverable drones. Russia has reportedly begun testing counter-drone technologies, including jamming systems and interceptor drones to enhance citywide protection. Politically, the event places added pressure on Russian leadership to respond decisively while balancing domestic public perception. The challenge lies in demonstrating strength without escalating the situation into a full-blown retaliation that could intensify the conflict. The drone strike on Moscow's TV tower is more than a symbolic act. It carries serious strategic implications for the ongoing Russia-Ukraine conflict. Analysts note that demonstrating the ability to strike deep within Russian territory challenges the perception of invulnerability around Moscow. Ukraine's use of drones showcases the shift toward asymmetric warfare, where smaller, technologically equipped forces can strike effectively against larger conventional powers. This development may force Russia to divert resources toward domestic defense, potentially affecting its operations on the front lines. From a psychological perspective, the attack sends a clear message: Ukraine is capable of precision strikes even in the enemy's capital. This could affect morale among Russian civilians and military personnel, while boosting confidence within Ukraine and its allies. The strike also complicates diplomatic negotiations, as such actions can be interpreted as escalation. International actors may respond with heightened concern over potential retaliatory measures, making the conflict more tense and unpredictable. Furthermore, this event may inspire similar tactics in other conflict zones worldwide, signaling a new era of drone warfare that blurs the lines between conventional and unconventional operations. In the next section, we'll explore international reactions and statements from key global leaders. Global leaders and international organizations have closely monitored the drone strike on Moscow. Western governments have expressed concern over the escalation, urging both sides to exercise restraint and avoid further civilian harm. Statements emphasize the importance of diplomacy while acknowledging Ukraine's right to defend its territory. Some nations have praised Ukraine's strategic ingenuity in using drones to counterbalance Russia's military advantage, highlighting the evolving nature of modern warfare. Analysts note that the strike could shift global defense priorities, with countries investing more in anti-drone technologies and citywide security systems. Conversely, Russia has used state-controlled media to portray the strike as a hostile provocation, reinforcing nationalistic narratives and justifying potential military escalations. The international community is now watching closely to see whether this event triggers retaliation or sparks negotiations aimed at de-escalation. Experts warn that the incident underscores the growing risk of urban warfare reaching major cities, emphasizing the need for robust intelligence, defense infrastructure, and crisis management strategies. In the next section, we'll explore the historical context of drone warfare in Ukraine and why this strike is particularly significant. Since the beginning of the Russia-Ukraine conflict, drones have played an increasingly prominent role in military operations. Initially used for surveillance and reconnaissance, UAVs have evolved into offensive tools capable of precision strikes, disruption of supply lines, and intelligence gathering. This Moscow attack represents a culmination of years of technological innovation, strategic planning, and battlefield experience. Ukrainian forces have adapted to limited resources by leveraging drones to compensate for conventional firepower gaps, enabling high-impact operations with minimal risk to personnel. Historically, attacks on urban centers were rare due to the high risk of collateral damage and political backlash. However, the advancement of drone technology has made such operations feasible, highlighting a paradigm shift in how conflicts are waged. Analysts emphasize that this strike could mark a turning point in drone warfare, demonstrating that high-value targets in urban areas are now vulnerable. This evolution also has broader implications for global military strategy, as nations reassess the threat posed by unmanned systems and invest heavily in counter-drone capabilities. In the next section, we'll examine possible scenarios for escalation and what this means for the future of the conflict. The drone strike on Moscow's TV tower opens multiple potential escalation scenarios. Analysts warn that Russia could retaliate either through targeted strikes in Ukraine or by intensifying its air defense campaigns. Such actions may lead to increased civilian casualties or broader regional instability. Alternatively, the strike could act as leverage for Ukraine in diplomatic negotiations, signaling its capability to influence outcomes far from the front line. This could alter the balance of power in ongoing discussions with international mediators. From a military standpoint, Russia may reinforce its urban defense networks, invest in advanced anti-drone technologies, and enhance intelligence operations to prevent similar incidents. Conversely, Ukraine might continue exploiting drone capabilities to challenge Russia's perception of security in key regions. The psychological impact on Moscow's residents cannot be underestimated. The city has faced its first real drone assault, creating uncertainty and anxiety while highlighting the changing face of modern urban warfare. In the final section, we'll summarize key takeaways and the ongoing significance of this attack. The drone strike on Moscow's iconic TV tower represents a historic escalation in the Russia-Ukraine conflict. It underscores the growing importance of drone technology, the vulnerability of urban centers, and the psychological impact of high-profile attacks. This operation demonstrates Ukraine's evolving military strategy, leveraging technological innovation to challenge conventional power structures. The strike has not only caused physical damage, but also sent a powerful message of capability and intent. As tensions continue, the global community watches closely, balancing concerns about escalation with the realities of modern warfare. The Moscow attack may influence future military tactics, international policy decisions, and the broader trajectory of the conflict. Thank you for watching. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for real-time updates on the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think this strike will change the course of the war?